Yo, what is up guys? Welcome back to my channel. This is a little bit of a weird view, but you know, whatever. Let's get straight into it. Today is gonna be like a little bit of a podcast, like a very short podcast, just a little bit of an update on the news, a little bit of my opinion, and then we're also gonna do a Q&A in the end, so make sure you guys stay tuned. Today is Memorial Day, okay? The last time there hasn't been an MLB game on Memorial Day was 140 years ago. Think about that for a minute, 140 years ago. Like, I feel like people don't realize like how crazy this whole thing is. Just like how big of an impact it is, because there's like pretty much never been just like no sports. For like the past century, there's always been sports. Literally like KBO is the only thing. But to be honest, like I'm not very into KBO anymore because I just don't know any of the players. To me, if I don't know the players and I know it's not the top level, like I just don't know if I enjoy the sport, you know? And yeah, there's a little bit of news. Obviously the KBO season's happening. In terms of the MLB season, just don't think, my honest opinion, I don't think it's happening. Players are too stubborn, owners are too stubborn, teams are too stubborn. I think people are just like a little bit way too stubborn, or people are just way too stubborn about the whole thing that there won't be an agreement, especially when you have a commissioner that just like doesn't know what he's doing. So basically the main news is in MLB right now is that players are mad about their contract. I don't really know what you can be mad about. More than half of the population right now is not getting paid either. I think players just aren't getting their exact contract. For those stubborn players, like where do you expect to get the money from? There's no fans coming to games. There's nothing. And I would say 99% of MLB players are just fine with their money. Well, no, there is a lot of guys that are like right in between majors and minors, which obviously sucks, but the main people that are speaking out, of course, are like MLB stars, which is just very weird because I think they're mad that they have been promised a certain amount of money that they're not getting. And I believe there's a lot of workers that were promised money this year in salaries that they're obviously not getting because there's just bigger things that they can't control. But yeah, basically there's a lot of stubbornness. A lot of players are mad they're not getting paid, which is weird. What are you gonna get paid for, you know? Anyway, I kind of want to move on to a little bit better of news. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but the Blue Wahoos Twins minor league team has basically an Airbnb. Which, if you don't know what that is, that's usually you rent a house for a certain amount of days. You can rent their minor league stadium, which sounds weird. And it's $1,500 a night. $1,500 a night, which is a big amount. You basically get the clubhouses and the stadium. To me, that's not worth $1,500. For an MLB stadium, for sure, like I would probably do that and save up for that. But for a minor league stadium, I don't think it's as special. I guess you sleep in the clubhouses or something. You get a bed and breakfast, but still it's weird because the only really perk you get is just like hitting BP or practicing on the field, which would obviously be really cool if it was a major league stadium, but like a minor league stadium that's not as special or historic, I just don't really see the worth in that. And then we got another big piece of news. Bartolo Colon is 47. I'm sorry guys, but I don't think there's any hope that he will be playing anymore in the MLB, especially like 100% not for his skill. Teams will not be picking him up because they need a pitcher. Maybe like to get fan revenue, maybe a team that is out of the race will like pick him up for like a few weeks or something. I could see that maybe, but there's just no chance. Like I'm sorry. Anyway, let's get straight into the questions. How dumb is Manfred? This guy is clueless. Remember when he said that the World Series trophy doesn't matter? The biggest thing, that's basically the biggest thing in Major League Baseball, the sport. Not only that, they call it the Commissioner's Trophy. So he said the one thing that has his title on doesn't matter. And his punishment with the Astros, the guy is so clearly just clueless. Do you like the Astros? Obviously, there's nothing to like about them. Do you have a sub goal for the end of the year? I guess 3,000. You know, my subscribers have been just like growing a little. I think I get like usually 1,000 subs a year, so probably 3,000, so I'm like 800 away. Make sure you subscribe, of course, if you're not yet. Angels record next full season, I would say around like 88 to 90 wins, like in between like the wild card race, maybe sniffing, maybe not. That would probably be my guess. It's just hard to see them being bad anymore with the stacked team they have. It's unfortunate that we don't get to see them play this year because it would be very interesting. They got kind of a lot of new guys, of course. Rendon. I mean, Rendon alone, he adds like 6 more wins to each season. But again, don't think the season's gonna happen this year. that's really all I got for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like. As always, subscribe. That is it. Peace.